I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to another round of Minecraft with Delenn Russell on the Dadcraft73 Patreon Java server. And today, hopefully, we're going to get a start on our new statue. Instead of doing a large armchair, I was doing some research into the Nero Wolf character a little bit more because it's been a while since I've read one of the books. And it turns out he's actually far better known for his love of yellow fabric, especially having breakfast in his yellow PJs. So we're going to do a bit of just a humanoid statue with yellow terracotta, and that'll be our work. So I don't think I have enough, but at least we can get a start on it today, and maybe a couple of little errands done around the base. So good morning to everybody who's coming in, and hopefully this will be something that'll interest you. I'm definitely willing to look at feedback, so we will get a start. First things first, probably worth sleeping off the night. Now you'll notice a couple of minor changes around the base, which we'll get to briefly after we sleep it off. First, you'll notice in here there's no more chests and work tables and so forth. And I have actually moved those all into the former library building down here, so that's now my storage building. You know, pretty basic once you get in there, just a little bit of this, that, and the other, and I still have yet to remember where I've put everything, so there'll be a little bit of chest hunting going on as we start. Alright, so the iron farm down here, as you can see, we've got a few golems running around, and so that the iron farm again is on again, off again. One of the errand items, actually, I'm going to probably take care of before we get too far here, is because I have not quite finished with the villagers and they're in there socializing around, I'm getting golems. So just for now, I figured I would path block it, maybe throw some carpet on the roof, which I haven't completely finished, but it's helping. And then my son reminded me yesterday, I probably could have solved the problem a lot easier. Oops, wrong one. Solved the problem a lot easier in terms of keeping the iron golems out of the iron farm, simply by actually bothering just to fence the iron farm. So I'm going to quickly take his suggestion, and that'll give us the chance to pick up. Oops, wrong one. Don't want the orange, that's ugly. Let's go with that one. Okay, but that'll give us the chance to get in here and pick up our boxes of terracotta and see if we actually will have enough once I dye up all the plain terracotta that I can. But let's just start by the fence, and then that's one less errand on our list. Okay, good. I've got a couple of carpets. I can just use that temporarily to get in and out. I'll grab one of my fences or my gates later. So just throw a fence around. I know this guy is not going to like that, but it's just the way it is, sir. If you would stay out of the farm, I wouldn't have to fence you out. Okay, let's go this way. And 1, 2. Of course, he wants to path in. That's timing. All right. Yeah, if I can just keep him out, then that'll help a little bit. We don't get the world's fastest iron farm, but it definitely has been serving exactly what I needed. I have extras at the moment, and after we logged off last Thursday, I was just going to finish up the terracotta zone I had and see... that was not helpful. I was just going to finish up the terracotta zone I had and then log out. And of course, Murphy's Law, to my chagrin at the time, I found a pillager or illager, whatever, I can never remember. But anyways, the unwelcome raid parties with the captain. So I got myself a wonderful case of bad omen, which was not very manageable at the time, simply because that meant that I didn't want to start a raid. I was incredibly unprepared for a raid, so I did not want to oops, keep forgetting. I did not want to drag that bad omen back into the village where the portal was. So I spent some time noodling around and grabbing a bit more terracotta and a bit of wandering, I guess. And then I took... I did go back to the village as soon as that had worn off, but unfortunately, the village apparently is on a patrol road as well. So I didn't end up with Bad Omen a second time, but I actually had a rough time getting into the portal at the desert and Mesa, or it wasn't a Mesa, it was something else, but anyways, Eroded Badlands. But I had a tough time getting in simply because the... Oh, he's beneath me. Okay, whatever. Simply because the raiding, or the patrol party, kept trying to shoot me off of the staircase going up to the portal. So I figured, okay, well, then I'll just grab, or knock them off, get Bad Omen, and then go spend some more time, which was not high on my list to do. But it turned out... Oh, good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. It turned out that I got lucky because my bow had fire on it, and... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Fiddle faddle. Sorry, with my bow having the fire on it, that helped put the captain on fire, and then he managed to fall off. How convenient. To fall off of the ledge that he was on right into what used to be a mine. So that meant that he couldn't harass me any further. He died of his own injuries, not anything I had inflicted, so I didn't end up getting the Bad Omen after all. So, and I know this is possibly overkill on the fencing, but hey, you know, you do what you do, just so you can move on and get stuff done. Yeah, so after that adventure, I decided I would try and stay out of the range of these guys for a little while. I was just kind of tired of them harassing me, and discovered while I was taking down a hill just over yonder, I haven't finished that one yet, but I was taking down just for a little bit of dirt to fill some holes and stuff, that I got too close to the patrol route for the outpost that we have just off in this direction to the east. Don't know why, but I was standing up north and taking some stuff down, and there was the patrol guys. And it was fine until I had about 8 of them all standing there watching me. That I just decided, cut and run, call it a day. Alrighty. Whoops, that was dumb. Not winning awards for Bright this morning. Okay. I didn't realize I had that extra wool on me the other day. I must have just made some before I logged off. That's okay, we can put it away for now, because we need the terracotta instead. I think I need some dye. That's probably what I was looking for. What is this? Alright, keep going. That's the box. Okay, that's... where did I put? That'll work. We'll just throw wool in here for now. Fences over there. Full orange wood. Okay, that should do to get us started. Black carpet is an emergency for getting in and out. Oh well. I was using the... Yeah. Right, the other thing I should probably do... I haven't put the bamboo up yet, because I was sort of trying to figure out where and what I wanted to do with it. So the other thing you'll notice in the meantime, I've taken down the rest of the village buildings that I wasn't using. So we can see from here all the way to the rather dilapidated, somewhat uninhabited bee farm. It's one of those get round to it items. And yeah, so all the villagers are now inside the library villager building. You can see between the banners that I brought back myself and the ones that I had left over extra from our wonderful friend Zerk, did a little teeny bit of decorating here. Just moved the bell because I didn't need it to be over yonder. And I've now also got a few little cauldrons going here, drippity drip, just so that I can get a little bit of supplies for the furnace. And then it's kind of course, Murphy's Law. Right after one decides... It's not going to work. Right after one decides that we're not going to need the... Where was I going with that? I can't remember. Oh well. Right after I decided I needed furnace fuel and set this all up, then of course I haven't had any need whatsoever to smelt things. So, just the way life goes. Where's I going? Flowers. That's what it was. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yellow flowers today. So if there's any challenges that anybody hears during the stream of any audio or music too loud or buttons are too loud or something, please do let me know. As always, working on them. Sometimes you get one set what you think is right, and then you use it in one stream. Then for whatever you've got going in the next stream, it doesn't quite work out. So it's always an ongoing game. So as those who are aware, Dadcraft73's crew from Truly Bedrock will be having a stream weekend coming up. Ooh, and I might have to go for another nap. Yeah, so they'll be having a stream weekend coming up this weekend. So I'm looking forward to catching some of that. And then 2 weeks after that, the Dadcraft Patreon crew is having our second stream. And we've got a few new faces on board. We've got a couple of faces coming to join us from the Java server. So our friend Stoner Miner will be joining us, as well as Max Money. So we're looking forward to having some great streams from them as well. And we may or may not have a couple or 1 to 2 extra people on the Bedrock server. Unconfirmed yet. As soon as I get a copy of the art, I'll be able to start showing you guys. So I'm looking forward to that as always. It just occurred to me that I did not remember to pick up the Truly Bedrock art, so I should grab a copy of that for next stream. I'll have that for tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, so I will be in the same time slot tomorrow from 10 a.m. to time, so that's GMT minus 7. There we go. Okay, let's leave that flower. Yeah, that should be fine. So as for tomorrow, same stream, there is a little widget or panel available. And for those of you on PC, it's available under the About section on the main stream page, which has a poll in it. If you're on mobile, then it is under the, where did I put it? Under like the top right corner on a mobile near your chat, there'll be a couple of panels or components you can pop out. Just click on there and you'll be able to see the poll for tomorrow to see what it is we actually play. At the moment, it looks like we've only had 3 votes, 2 of which have been for the game Obduction, because I'm going to do a restart on that game. And then we've had 1 vote for Valheim. So I did take a look into that one, and it looks like it's doable. There is definitely, like for those of you that may have young ones that would pop up from time to time, there is definitely some violence, because of course it's the idea of vanquishing mythical creatures from sort of the Norse mythology system. But it looks like it should be relatively safe to have little ones over your shoulder. There isn't any poor language, or, well, not from me anyways, and not in the game. So that's good. A good place to start. Where are we here? Plain. Okay. And so that one is another possibility. Obduction is still, I would say, relatively safe. But if you have concerns about poor language, there is a few invented cusses that they've made for the game. And what I mean by that is that I won't repeat it here at the moment, but there's a few times that they've actually made up words, or they have sort of like Firefly did. They've made up their own cuss word to use from time to time. So that's not a big deal, but it is one that sounds a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit more like what you might consider an inappropriate term, like an F-bomb. And that's not something that I'm too concerned about because it's fake and they're not dropping it everywhere all over the place. So I think we'll be pretty much good to go on either one of those two options. But if you guys have a different opinion or want to support either of the existing opinions, that's fine too. Just I will be resetting the polls from week to week. So if we play something, and then I'll reset the poll so that everybody can say, yep, do you want more of it or should we have less of that? Okay, so now that we've got, let's eat something here. So now that we've got some yellow terracotta in our inventory, I'm going to try and start setting up where we're going to be building. And let's just grab this spot right in front of everybody. And we can decide after we start building which direction is going to be because it really doesn't matter in the first few rounds. And I think I like this one because we're up a little bit higher than sort of the major low zone. So we used to have the library book thing in like here, but there was nothing around it other than noisy basement dwellers. And so I think we'll just put it up, our next one up in here, because the library's down there now. So this way it's a little bit elevated, but also it allows us not to make a ridiculously tall statue. I have a habit of making things quite large, but I think this time around I'll try and make it a little bit shorter. And there may be some adjustments going on because I'm sort of winging the circles as we go. So that way we can get a fairly large statue going, but yet I'm hoping not to make it too big. I'm also just remembering with the bamboo that I really should get that planted, but if I can survive until off camera. Okay, there's one. If I can survive until off camera, then I will put together a small manual bamboo farm. I don't think we're going to need an automatic one at this stage. That would also, if I wanted an automatic one, that would necessitate a trip to the Nether, which isn't a problem, but I just have to figure out where the hole in the roof is. Because at the moment, the only place I'm aware of personally that actually just goes straight to the average Joe Nether would be the portal at my old base. I mean, that's doable, but if there's it should be really easy for me to just figure out where to go from the lovely rail system. And so I just actually have to put in the time to do so. I'm going to need to light this up inside because last thing we want is visitors. And I am aware that we don't have feet on this one. What I'm actually planning to do at the moment is when we figure out the orientation of front or back, then that will be when I will be able to add a little bit of maybe some brown terracotta, possibly with a bit of white, possibly, we'll see, with to be used as like house slippers with a bit of a fringe on the toe. Oh, good morning, Neon. I'm very appreciative that you're choosing to spend a little bit of your time here with me. That's I'm also hoping that your road trip goes well today. Are you guys actually moving your setup this morning, or are you just headed off for a day excursion? Yeah, exactly. As Fantastic Sherlock Fox says, ride safe. Exactly. Because we definitely want that. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, I have 3. But yeah, so I'm going to need to definitely put together the bamboo because scaffolding is becoming an issue. So yeah, up to this point I was just stacking up wool, and I may continue to do that because it is easy. But because I have another need for the wool right now to be that carpeting, then it might just be easier to speed up the process a little bit and go to the scaffolding I was looking at earlier. Where did I put that? Dirt. Oh, right. And did I only light up one or did I light up both? Boink. I did not light this one up. Okay. We'll just put it there for now. Sure. All right. So what I'm looking at potentially for a design is probably going up about 1, 2. Take a quick little look here. My original plan was 10, but then I realized by the time you get the shirt on... Yeah, actually 10 might work for the legs. Because that'll give us a little bit of space to be able to put like a toe or something on the front of it. Moving to a new RV park near Tucson. Ooh, I hope you get some half-decent weather, because I know this season, this year in general, that various different portions of the United States are seeing weather they're not used to. Or I should say, not necessarily not used to, but is not their average. So I'm hoping all goes well. And if I remember what you've mentioned to me previously, that moving to a new site can also mean a leisurely setup in the evening, so I hope you get to enjoy most of your day en route. Because it's always... It gets repetitive after a while, probably, but I'm hoping that the setup goes well and the ride goes well. So you said that you were, what was it, 6 hours on the road? So is that actually a 6-hour drive, or is it a little bit longer because of stops and slightly slower speeds with regard to towing? Because we're Fantastic Show Fox and I are still newbies to the tow world, even though, I mean, we both can do it. It's just that we don't have a ton of experience at it yet. Yeah. We're looking forward to actually doing more of it this summer. We're getting into travel trailers and such simply because, well, one, we want to actually do things together as a family, but two, that it's highly recommended right now, as everybody else is saying, to avoid getting out of Dodge if you possibly can. Not flying. So the world's still in that state where flying is frowned on. Oh, and I didn't have to take that down anyway. Okay, let's go up one more. I think I'm going to probably take a pause, save myself a piece of scaffold or a piece of bamboo, and just turn the rest into some scaffolding and add it to the dirt, because I don't have a whole ton of stuff at the moment for building up. Let's see, what do we got? Oops, I can't count. When I got lucky this season and managed to get Feather Falling 3 on my boots from the trader, or not from the trader, from my villager, I figured that we were in a little bit better stead than I had been in previous seasons, because usually Feather Falling isn't something I've got when I start building my first of the large builds for the year, and I actually went quite a long ways before I got Feather Falling on them in the last Java season, and the result of that was that I don't like heights as it is, but it was even worse when I didn't have Feather Falling, because I'm not an elytra person, so you need to seem to have one or the other. Okay. Oh, not bad. I was just curious to see what we had for pretzel rocks at the moment. It seems to be way chilled. Possibly quite quiet, but it is definitely chill stream today. Okay. So let's see how much I can get just to augment. Otherwise we'll take a quick trip to the sheep and grab some more blocks to work with temporarily. First off, I have to figure out where did I put the string. I couldn't decide whether it was going to be mob drops or whether it was going to be in with organics, or if it was going to be in with something else. I just kind of tossed things all over the place. Okay, let's see, how much can we get? Oops. That's going to take all of it. Okay, that's not something I'm going to do, because I needed to have the bamboo left to plant with. To plant with, so I guess I'm not going to make scaffolding yet. Oh, I've got shears, so let's go grab some sheep. Ah, excellent. Oops. Did not mean to cut that down. So the cocoa beans are going to be getting used to temporarily make some brown carpeting, and we could use dye, of course, for our terracotta. I had it suggested to me because I was making brown carpeting that it was going to be a lot easier to just simply dye one of the sheep. And while I agreed with that, I was also short on white wool as it was, so I figured, it's not a harm to just grow the ones I need, and then, because it's only temporary for the use of those carpets as well. Once I've got all the villagers locked in their spots because I've got enough doing what I want, then I will probably not have to worry about having carpet on top of things anymore anyway. Alright. Sheepy sheepy. There you are. So I've got one villager in the village building that, he was a very expensive villager for, I can't remember which book he had, but there was one where he was charging 50 emeralds for it, and then I got a cheaper deal, probably by almost half, from another villager. So the first one, I was tempted to fire him, but I figured just for fits and giggles, I would level him up just to see where we were at. Oh, thank you. Just to see where we were at, and I got Murphy's Law. Nothing else super, well, I shouldn't say nothing super useful, but the book he got after that was going to be Curse of Binding. Not only was it a book that I really don't want, but he also had a very like a expensive price for that one. So I just decided, okay, well, I'm not a prankster that wants to start binding weird things onto people's heads or something like that. So rather than worry about having that one, I would just see if I got anything else useful. And thankfully he's my name tag guy for the time being, but I probably will still fire him. It's just that I figure I might as well hang on to him and make him one of the last to be dealt with, because I don't have any real reason to shoo him away at this point in the game. And I just did... Aw, man. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, well, let's let them eat a little bit more. Do you too, sir? Have you had any... Oh, good. We're doing half decent on iron. Excellent. Can I reach the table? Alright. So I've been consolidating my iron into blocks and then just storing the blocks separately over here. Of course, it gets it out of the main box, so I don't have to worry about the fact that it's not a double chest. And have cleaned out the poppies recently. Oops, wrong one. But I was storing them starting on the far end here because they're going to build up a lot faster than the iron will. Okay, let's see if we can get a couple more blocks. Just use as stack ups for now. Then I'll turn them into carpet and use first that. I mean, I suppose one could probably learn to stand on carpets. It would do the trick, but it's a mental block for me to think about that. I don't usually climb up carpets. In the same way that not a whole lot of people are seen purposely climbing up traps unless you've got a reason to be opening and closing those from time to time. What do I have here? 23. That ought to do it. Is there anybody else? Nope. Okay. That will do. You would, wouldn't you? Nope, too far. Not going to worry about it. Okay, let's get back to our building. Let's see what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're halfway there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6. I decided to make this one just more of a stand of the pajamas themselves. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about a head on this unit. On this guy, just because, well, partly because I can, and partly because then I'd have to worry about who I was going to do. I mean, am I going to try and create a look for a fictional character that doesn't really have their face described? It's more their actions. Or was I going to try and make it be Steve or whatever? And depending on how big it is, I mean, if you take a look at Steve's head, the logical thing to do might be to just do it as a pixel by pixel representation in a pixel is one block sort of thing, in which case we would have a very, very large head, which at the moment would even be wider than the pajamas. So I don't know about you, but I don't think my head is as wide as my leg. So, yeah. So I don't think that's going to work, but I think I'm just going to do the pajamas themselves, and that way we can help restrict the height we need to worry about. 1, 2, that's 6. Okay. Come on. There. I can't count out loud today. There we go. My head's not even counting quietly. We're on 7. Ow. Oh well. So where I'm mentioning 10 for the leg is that we can move on up to starting to widen out for the shirt after about that point. Is that 7? Yeah, 7. Okay. So at 8 is the point at which, oops, come on, there we go, that I'm intending to try and sort of connect them in the center. So we'll just, once again, we'll wing that as well, and might make it a little bit wider for the seat and possibly the front. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I know I won't have enough terracotta, so we may end up making a return to the mesa, but this time I'm actually going to take my axe or my pickaxe, and I can probably, just before we go, grab another I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, one more diamond axe to work with. Plus, the beacon is still out there as far as I'm aware. So that means I can take some iron to feed the beacon. Okay, it's 8. Let's try making this bit a little wider all the way around and see how that looks. And I won't be leaving the yellow wool there. It's just making it a little easier for me to build. Oops, a little bit higher. Do we need hips? Yeah, maybe. And I betcha that I'm probably going to get myself caught out on a high thing in the dark again. Yes. Oops, I probably wing it, and let's go here. Yep, I did. Got myself caught out in the dark again. Fiddlesticks and phooey and all that. So with the, I thought about getting rid of the iron golems because we've got a little bit more protection, but I guess if I'm going to be building something large, then I don't mind having them around to help clean up at the bottom. Ugh. Not sure I'm liking that. Even... One, two... Ah. It's just a statue, it'll do. Yeah. Oh, missed it. Missed it by that much. Oh, 2 blocks, well that's not gonna work. There we go. course, what one does to one side, one needs to do to the other. There. Okay, now that'll remind me. Yeah, I want one more out. This way. Actually, if I do it... The wool also makes it really easy to just chop stuff out of the way. 1, 2. Let's go just a smidge wider. Out there. Maybe I should actually try going out here to see what this side looks like. Alright, I can take that one out and rinse and reuse. Okay. Let's see what I want to do there. I did to go wider. I wanted one more wider in the middle. Actually, that's not going to work. That would look really odd. Figuring things out live on stream has never been one of my strengths, but on the other hand, if you don't try something once or twice, you're never going to know. Actually, that is where I wanted it. So we'll make this one out here, and then we'll make the next level wider. And I mostly ran myself out of blocks. Okay. What did I do there? Let's leave that one open so I can actually get down. Yeah, okay. And I didn't make the other side wide enough, because I did not make these two stick out. 1, 2. Something looks really odd there. Oh, okay. Let's take this one. Oh well, can't win them all. Pardon me. What have we got going on? How did I do that other side? Oh. Okay. Just wanted it off angle. So that one. And then let's put this up top. All right. It's pretty quiet today. Just a lot of that is that I'm thinking as I go, and really the question, if I was to say it out loud over and over again, is simply, do I like the look of that? Do I like the look of that? Etc., etc. And sometimes yes, and sometimes no, but we'll just see how it goes. Okay, I went wider on the other side. 1, 2. Okay. Let's take out this one. Economy of blocks and all. Okay. So, there's going to be something beneath me? Yes, okay, good. Oh, I do need to be out. 2. Whoops. Can't count today. One down here. Yeah. All right, we're just about all the way around, and then we take a look and see if we like what we're working with. I'm very critical when I do my own builds, so I do not know if I'm going to like this or not. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 on that end. Okay. Oops. Now, did I remember to take those? Oh yeah, I did make them wider. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, and that last one's empty for access. So no, we are not trying to give this thing a fly, as creative as that opportunity may be. All right. Let's take her down and see what we've got. Well? Ew. Yeah, not liking that. Ew, yuck. Okay, so what do I want to do with it? A little bit stubby for one thing. Because I don't think I even know one of the Munchkins from Oz that would look like that, so I need to go straight up for another couple. Pardon me. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So rather than connecting on 8, I think I actually have to go up the full 10 if I even consider connecting across. Alright, so we're going to have a bunch of block drops. Can I reach that? Oops. Let's just jump up 1 and see what we can get. Ah, that's a little faster. Or not. Did I not have... Okay, I'm mending on the shears, so I think I had better go deal with that. What do I have handy? Iron. Right, that's what we got. We have plenty of iron. Let's go trade some iron. Shears are one of those things I never really think about when I go and mend things. Alrighty. Librarians, where are you today? I also don't know why I'm still carrying my shield. That doesn't make any sense. I'll put that away. So what happened that started getting me the golems is I've got a few of these guys wandering around. Most of the most of the villagers. Who's wandering? Hello. Oh, okay. Dude, my bad. Sorry. Most of the villagers are penned in, but a couple of these toolsmiths, like that gentleman, are not. And between them, oh, I have a newbie. Excellent. I was going to say between them and the librarians, we had everybody running around. So I had them loose, and it just seemed like they were not going to try and get... they were just trying not to breed. I don't know quite what their issue was, but they definitely had one and did not want to breed for me. The resulting effect was that... I think I just squirreled. Yeah. The resulting effect was that I didn't have any littles running around, so I was okay with that. Then, of course, I discovered that everybody had grown up, or that they had actually had more villagers, and that they had grown up simply by the nature of the fact that the golems started growing up. So I knew that I had reached that threshold for the social iron farm. And I don't think I need a ton of iron here. That'll work. Alrighty. So, sir, would you like some iron? Yes? You in a good mood now? And I didn't remember to hold the shears. Fantastic. Missed that. What have you got? Ooh, an efficiency 2 pick. That could be handy, but I don't have enough emeralds. Okay. Would you like some more iron? No, you would not. Where's the next gentleman? Of course I caused myself a block. Sir? No, I don't want you. You're the cartographer. Actually, you're nothing. Okay, you are not going to be my cartographer. I'm not sure why he's not linked. Sir, nope, not you. Sir, would you like some iron? Yes. There, okay, we're getting a little bit better shape. Well, if you want to renew, I can go get your table. And we have an apprentice there, okay. So I'm gonna have to bring out some more workstations, because only one of them has actually gone in the direction I thought he would. Do we have a third one I can wear out? Yes, we do. That's close enough. Yeah, that'll do for now. So we can get our... back to work. Actually, I might as well drop off the iron. Or maybe not drop it off, I may need to go back. But let's get some more sheep while we're here. Hello, sirs. And 38, that's not bad. That'll do. Oh, you got a couple more? Is that everybody? Okay, good. 1. Really? I'll look it up later. I can't remember whether or not I could put fortune on the shears to more likely get 2 or 3. I just haven't really put the brain power into it at the moment because it just occurred to me, and if anybody remembers, that would be helpful, but not critical. Alright, let's go up. Oops. Carrots. So I really did not like the way this looked. One thing I do miss from the bedrock, and I could probably engineer it off of Java as well, but I have not tamed any cats yet, and so therefore, unlike my bedrock iron farm, I don't have a impromptu string farm going on with the cats. So I will probably need to do some manual or spend a little bit of that string that we saw, do some manual fishing, and get myself a little bit of, actually, or some trading, because I could probably get it off of what's his face in the iron farm, because I have a few fishermen there, and that way I can get the cats periodically to bring me a piece of string once in a blue moon. So that it's not critical, but I mean, once we get the bamboo going, that's probably all I'm going to need for string for a while. So even though I don't want to connect quite yet with these two, I'm just going to put a wool bridge in there so that I can get from one leg to the other without jumping, because if I miss, it's a little bit painful at the moment. Okay, let's see, did we get all the way back to... Oh, one left. All right. Okay, so roughly by the top of the hour, I'll have to have slid down to go and pick up the blocks so that I keep dropping. So it'll hopefully have become nighttime before then. If not, we'll just take a quick trip down and go get some more of those blocks. Okay. I do not need a shield when I'm standing up here. So I think we were at 7, if I counted right. So I connected on 8. So it's 8, and then we should go 2 more up, and then try connecting and see how that looks. 1 and 2. And if the connection looks okay, then we can start trying to go wide again. I mean, because it's... wrong. Because it's pajamas, then the nightshirts usually do hang over the top, but I don't like them hanging down so far as to be completely over the bottom part. So getting a little bit wider is useful. 1, 2, 3. And in this particular model, I'm deciding that the seat of the pants and the front of the pants probably could just be mirrored. I don't really think we're going to need to do much in the way of accounting for seat, but we'll have to see, because part of it is I haven't really decided which direction the space is supposed to be viewed from. I mean, if people are coming in over there, then maybe making the direction towards the book as being the front of the statue might not be a bad idea. Good morning, Stoner Miner. Hopefully you have a great day and enjoy your dinner. Where is it here? Oh, okay. So, yeah, as I was saying, so if we had it out, looking out this direction, so as if we were to be standing in the pants, then we look out this direction as the front of the item, so that way it would be behind, and that might be a good place if people are popping through the portal. It's also not half bad if people are flying by, because these days you never know whether people are preferring elytra or portal travel or how it is your neighbors are going to show up. Okay, so let's try again to see if wider looks any better. So this would be the first level with the connection to it. And I think we're gonna need this one, that one. I think I have some extras. Oh, hang out the front. Where are we here? Do. Pillowy soft. There we go. And down, down, down. Ow. Yeah, that height looks a little bit better. So I can round out. I don't think I need to go past the front edge of the legs there. Maybe round out a little more in the middle. Okay, let's get all our bits and pieces before they despawn. Aha. Anything more on this side? Here's 1, 2. Now, if anybody in chat happens to remember, whether or not... I can't remember if bamboo was one that did need water or did not need water. I mean, I could always just plant them, and if they don't grow, then obviously they needed water, or if they pop off, they needed water. That's probably the easiest solution. And another possibility, too, is I could just plant them over by the bamboo, because there's the water under those panels. And then if it turns out they needed water, then it's close-ish. Mind change. Oops. Was it? Oh no. I can never remember. Okay, there, got that one back. 1, 2. Bamboo does not need water. Excellent! Thank you, Brian. That's perfectly helpful. Then I'm not going to spend my time putting them this close. I'll just go line them up somewhere nice and convenient for now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There. They look so odd when they're just sitting there. Okay. So, yeah, I'm thinking... How are we doing for... Okay, so I'm down to sub 2 stacks of terracotta, so I need to decide what I'm up to, and then we're going to switch ourselves over, which is not too bad. We're about halfway through. Ooh. Good morning, CJ Bot. How are you this morning? You might get in trouble what you're doing. I hope not. If it's about the fact that you're watching a stream, you're more than welcome to either shut down to audio if you're able to do that, or you can also help me test out the closed captioning system that I've got installed. So, I mean, that's another possibility. Basically, I managed to get yet another plugin for OBS where I am able to get it to use the same closed caption system as, apparently, supposedly it's the same one as Google uses for their YouTube stuff. So it's hopefully keeping all the transcripts for me so that I can upload them when I archive the stream. That just looks so wrong in so many ways. But I know why I'm doing it. It's just thinking of that as the crotch of the pair of pajamas. Makes it seem bizarre. Anyway, that was not what I meant to say. Yeah, so I'm testing out that closed caption system just so that if people are in business meetings, or if they're in the middle of family dinners, or some other reason that it's not appropriate for them to be not appropriate for them to be in stream live, then there's a couple of other options. I mean, then there's also the standard reason that people put in closed captioning, and that's just simply accessibility for viewership. Although, I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, I never really did quite understand, in some cases, why a person might choose to be, like if you needed closed captions, why one might choose to be playing a game that benefits from having sounds over your shoulder at all times. Okay. 2, 3. This poor pair of pajamas is not going to have any hips. Yes. But I think it might need a bit more in the tush department. Just trying to think while I mosey slowly across. 3. This one. I took almost all the shulkers from base and you're collecting dirt. Okay. Yeah, I can see how that might be a little bit troublesome at times. That's... How big do I want this to go? Let's try just one for now. We can always make it bigger if we need to. So, I may have mentioned did I? No, I didn't want that one. I may have mentioned recently that we have a couple of items available for just some sound clips and stuff in the Stream Elements store. So that one's done by, triggered by hitting up exclamation and then items. I believe, no, yeah, exclamation items. If I remember Neon successfully pulling it off the other day. And then when one actually redeems anything in the store, literally it's redeem and then whatever the item name is. So do pay attention to the items listed. The commands, I believe, are going to actually show you what command actually needs to be hit. So as in hydrate is literally hydrate, that sort of thing. But the reason I say was because I wasn't fully sure whether it's going to show you the command name or whether it's going to show you what it should be called, if that makes any sense, as in the display name of the item. So it's just something I'm experimenting with because I did have some slight differences in the names versus what the command is to redeem them. But we've got a couple of new ones this morning, and then there's a couple that I wasn't able to demonstrate the other day that I've now set up on my end. Is that 2 across? Okay. So, for example, one of the ones that I've got set up this morning, and you'll have to let me know if these are turning out too loud for you, is under this one.
Bravery is by far the kindest word for stupidity, don't you think?
So yeah, that one I think is a little bit quiet, so I'll have to probably turn that one up. Then we've got the stop, don't do it type of response.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah, so when you redeem something, for example, if CJBot wanted to redeem a hydrate, then it would actually be !redeem space hydrate. Now that I've got all around the side, I can't remember what I did on the side. 1, 2, 3. From... Okay, there we go. Right under my nose. Redeem creeper. Nope. That's one thing about being a chicken when I play this game is, well, when I play any game really, is that we don't end up having, at this point, we don't end up having sounds that are going to scare the pants off me. I appreciate people being interested in that, but I'm just a little too chicken for them quite yet. They will come in time, so, you know, stay tuned, I guess, but not immediately. Which is too bad. I mean, there's a lot of people that like the creeper. I've just never been one who wanted to get zerked. So, yeah. It's actually kind of funny because I don't usually hear the creepers coming. And when I don't hear them coming, they get me good. So, diamond armor was pretty high on my list really quickly. That just looks odd. One more out, I think. On both sides. Redeem hydrate. Thank you very much. I will definitely take a quick pause and have a quick slurp of my coffee. Oh, a little bit more ASMR there than I needed. that going to be enough? No, that's not going to be enough. I need... Seat of people's pants is always kind of interesting. Okay. How far do I want to stick out over the leg? One more. Yeah, I don't want to go too far. People look strange, but not that strange. Points. Yeah, some of the pieces are a little pricey at this point of the, or at this time. I'm aware of that. But I mean, there's people that just don't know what to do with their points, so they build up and build up. In which case, that if the prices aren't steep enough, then we get a fair amount of sounds played all at once, which is fine. I mean, it does allow me to, of course, as usual, scale the amount of points people are putting in. Okay, I have to... Oh, and I got caught up top. That's not good. Particularly since I'm well above where I wanted to be in terms of safety and spawnability. I don't particularly want to have a spider encounter. Those of you that know me well know that I hate spiders. A lot. A lot. It's not just in game. Quite seriously, I actually do not like spiders in real life either. So poor Fantastic Sherlock Fox last summer, was it last summer? Yeah, I think it was. No, it was the year before. One of the two. Anyways, I actually got to have my first experience with a jewel spider, which they're not that bad in terms of what they do. They give me the willies, I guess you could say, and this one, I was trying to pick cherry tomatoes. Unfortunately, they are roughly the same size and color scheme as a cherry tomato. So having a marble-sized spider with nice long legs was not high on my list. Okay. That's actually not going to be bad for the front, because I'm going to take out the white in the middle. And then we've got it going together above that. Actually, and if I decide I like that white, because the white isn't that bad in terms of height now, so maybe I might just switch that out and make that yellow. But let's take a look at the backside, because the backside is something that I'm having a little bit of a challenge with. Item not found. Uh-oh. Oh, creeper. Yeah. That doesn't look right. I might actually be better off just to repeat what I'm doing on the front and call it a day. Because you're really going to be looking up his shirt anyways, right? Like up shirting. Not to be confused with which is inappropriate, but up shirting, just because we are so short. Okay, where are we here? So that would be the front. That's actually not too bad. So I did 3 across the front there. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this backside. Maybe if I see it a little higher, that might help. Because right now it looks like he's got a shelf for a bottom. And that's not normal at all. I used to know a teacher, though, in my grade 9 year. We actually had a fairly rotund teacher. And she would lean up against the blackboard. And then sit in like teacher classes by leaning up against the blackboard. Which was all well and good. Unfortunately, the poor lady would also use the blackboard. So she would wear, like dark lavender-ish pants, so almost like a purple kind of, and lean against the blackboard, and then when she'd move away from it, she'd have a very large, wide stripe of white chalk across her backside. And the kids used to kind of snicker behind. And she was well aware that it happened, and she knew why it happened too. I mean, it would happen for any of us. Like, I bet you even if someone slim like my daughter or my husband would like lean against the blackboard, you'd probably get chalk dust from the chalk like tray at the bottom on yourself. But for some reason, she just loved to lean on the board when she was talking to people. And then she also had a stool that for a lot of people you'd be able to sit forward. And it had a nice sort of C-shaped support arm for the back portion. And so it was just a wood seat and then a C-shaped arm and then an oval-ish sort of bent as well piece for her back. If I make that a little wider, maybe that might round it off nicer. In any case, she had this thing, but unfortunately, because she was as wide as she had to sideways, so that half of herself was on the chair, and then the remaining portion would kind of perch, and she'd tuck what would have been the back of the chair up under her arm, like towards her armpit, just so that she didn't fall off the chair when she was trying to teach us. So I felt pretty bad for her in that respect. But sometimes you deal with what you're given by nature, and it doesn't always come out pretty. Okay. A lot of toing and froing. There's nothing on that anyways. Why do I still have those blocks there? Are you coming? Is your support block? Nope. Okay. There. Okay, let's see how these look. Didn't do much. Yeah, that looks a little better when I made that a bit wider. So if I just follow that out, I can go straight up with that, and then it should work a bit better. Now they don't have quite such a shelf. The problem with terracotta, and the problem with most of the yellow blocks, there aren't that many that you can actually make stairs out of. But I really didn't think the sandstone look was going to work in this particular case. I have another plan for sandstone later on, and I really didn't want the two builds to look very similar. As to the other sandstone build, it's not actually going to be a secret. None of these builds will be this season. The secret is actually how they're going to turn out, because even I don't have an answer to that one. But the sandstone build plan for this season is actually going to be a sphinx head. So I'm hoping near the water down this direction that we're going to put together a sphinx to go with our riverboat. And hopefully that will get us Death on the Nile. So that'll be our reference for this time. And I was talking about one point about making potentially a farm of some sort inside the boat. We'll just have to see how big it turns out. I've got basically almost all the farms I need are either built right now in the manual format, or I don't really need them to be super automatic at this point. But, of course, ideas may change because I'm going to have to go and get a ton of quartz anyways. Unless the iron farm is ultra productive, then I also haven't actually got myself any masons yet. So we'll have to add some masons to the building and see if we can get some quartz off them, because it might be kind of nice to do quartz for sort of like a white painted riverboat. It saves me the trouble of having to find large deposits of gravel. So, okay. So let's see if I can repeat what I've got going on the other side. Okay, so the bottom layer of that's done. How far out did I go on the top? So one more beyond the bottom. Yep. One more beyond the bottom, and then 2 out to make it 4 across at the back. Okay. So that's one of the next ones. I'm actually quite excited about doing the Sphinx portion of the Death on the Nile, so I may actually upgrade and make that the next one that we work on. If I can get enough done this week, either this one will be fairly close to complete by stream weekend. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be even before that, because we've got a few weeks until stream weekend, and maybe the supplies for the Sphinx for the Nile will actually be probably, or something I can hopefully get collected up by then, because that would be a fun one to put together, or at least to start putting together on stream. So we've got 4 across this part. Okay. Oops. Let's measure the back. 3, and then 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 across. And 3 and 4. Okay. Yeah, because I think that would be a lot of fun. And the Death on the Nile is one of those ones that, when you say mystery, it's one of the ones that a lot more viewers or a lot more people are familiar with, even if it ends up being in reference to Kenneth Branagh's version that he put together relatively recently. Which, I will admit, I would like to see, but I've seen clips of that version of Death on the Nile. My favorite is actually either Albert Finney or Peter Ustinov. Now, Albert Finney is probably closer to the look of the character, as Christy described him, but Peter Ustinov was my favorite of the two, because he made it fun without necessarily being a send-up of the character. So, yeah. Whereas Albert Finney's was good, but it was also a bit mocking of the character. Absolute favorite, Poirot, is David Suchet. Oops, excuse me. Looks like I forgot to mute my watch. It seems like every time one does the stream, even though I've actually got myself a digital checklist of things to do before I start stream, I always seem to forget at least 1 or 2. So, the list gets ever longer. Somebody at one point in a Discord I was reading suggested that for people who have lists of things like that to do for stream, is to write a script that, and I don't mean a verbal script, I mean a computer script, that would keep doing if-then checks. So, which basically just builds you a flow chart of the activities you're supposed to do. So if X is done, then have you done Y? If Y is done, have you done Z? And that's all well and good, but honestly, I'm not really sure it's worth putting together a script, because I'm not as versed in scripts. So it's just one where I can do that manually. Okay, so we got... If I'm right, then this should look a little bit better. Oops. Mystery tree, why are you there? It just looks really odd. Okay, yeah, so that's looking a little bit better, because we can follow this up just a couple of block levels, just to go straight up, and then come out another 1 or maybe 2 with the next layer. Now, I was thinking, because I want to reference the shadowing underneath the edge of the pajamas and potentially have a very slight line on the bottom, I actually would like to have some carpet. So that's another one I'm going to need to locate myself some string so that I can actually put some carpet up so that it looks kind of like it's on the bottom of the blocks, because you won't be seeing the string from the distance we're at. And I just want to take one more look at the back and see if I need to pull out those blocks in the center. Yeah, I think instead of just having the white, I like the way that's working out. I just don't want it to be white. So when I pull it out, it's going to be too high. So let's just take care of that one real quick. One, 2. And I can probably rescue myself a couple of blocks through here, because I won't need these on the inside. There we are. All right. Yeah, definitely like that much better. And then we can even put a bit of a toe slipper down here, just a nice little curve. If I was just thinking if I did it out of terracotta, that would sort of match the rest, the silk pajamas. But actually, if I go with something instead more like dark oak or spruce, I kind of like the way it turned out over here with the stripped dark oak and then the spruce stairs. It gives it a nice bit of a curve that's not all that far off color tone wise in the texture pack I'm using. And I've had a look at it in vanilla, and it's not that bad. So I think I'm going to stick with that. It was actually quite surprising to me how close the stripped oak was to the way that the spruce looked. Okay. Let's not waste any. I'm still collecting until I end up with a full barrel of lava for items in the storage room. Because that way, of course, then you can start cycling the lava buckets through, circular. Okay, so let's go back up and not lose track of where we were. And I am squirreling really heavily, just for those who have not figured that out yet. Yes, I am squirreling really heavily today. I'm not normally, well, okay, let me correct that. I'm a list maker, but I'm not normally an addict for my lists. But I think my to-do lists in Minecraft are probably going to have to start getting made again and get back into using them. Just because I keep thinking there's a lot of things to do, and that squirrels me as I go, which is fine when I play, but it's not easy to explain as we go along. Okay, we're not using that block, I don't think. Yeah, no hole there. And is this one extra? No, that one's not extra. Alright, so I have another match on the other side. Not extra, but this one might be. Nope, that's not extra either. Okay, let's go up one more on this style. How did I do this other side? 1, 2, 3, 1, and then 4. Okay. Oh, that is, no wonder. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This isn't looking right. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm on the level where I just want to go straight up. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2. Counting with Delenn, Sesame Street. Ah ha ha. Oh, we may have enough to complete around this edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I went 1 in. Okay. 1, 2. So something's a little off on that side. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that is 5. Okay. So I didn't quite have enough to make it all the way across. That's okay. So we're going to load up our iron for the beacon. Probably trade ourselves another pickaxe. Make sure everything is repaired up, because the shovel... I think I have enough now to combine these two to get me efficiency 3. That should help. And then we should be able to head off and grab a bit more of the terracotta so we can dye it up and head on into the shirt portion. I think I might have one lone block just inside the leg. So let's collect up the wool. And the dirt, and take a quick run inside and see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, no, I don't. Either that or it despawned, or it could even be the other leg, for all I know. Let's put these back. I mean, I can also rescue 1 or 2 once I've got the slipper front on. There's a possibility of that as well. I think it despawned. Okay, that's alright. Yay, bamboo. Eight. Nice. I looked at actually making a couple of auto farms for things like sugarcane and bamboo. And part of the reason I haven't done so yet off camera is actually that literally the quartz is the only part I'm missing. And if I remember correctly, although I'm a little fuzzy most of the time, the quartz bits that one needs for making observers are one of the few pieces that are not something easily just tradable from a villager. Like if I wanted a quartz block, that's a different matter. I can get one. That's not a big deal. But if I wanted to have the pieces to do observers and such, I could. Then they're not a good option. And I can do one more row on this side. The reason I'm doing so much bamboo is that if I could spend my time going around in circles with the lava. That's fine. But I also found that when I was doing bamboo scaffolding as my fuel source in a furnace, personally I tended to find that it seemed a little less wasteful because each bucket of lava will do, like it was like 100 items or some crazy number. Anyways, it was more than coal by any means. And so with that, I figured, okay, well, that's great, but you still have your flame continuing to go once you've run out of items in the furnace. And with a bamboo set, it felt less wasteful because it was really easy to stack them up. So a stack of bamboo scaffolding was, it felt less wasteful because the flames for each piece it was burning had a shorter duration. Actually, I'm going to use those for stacking again. Let's get this brown one out of the road. Okay, let's ditch the extra lava. Ooh, I'm only 1 bucket away. How'd that happen? I thought I was 2. Right, and a bucket for me. Okay. What did we want? We wanted repair materials. That's what it was. Let's put the bamboo away. What are we looking for? And more food. Always can use more food before one goes on an excursion. I actually did not remember until Stoner Miner redeemed Eat, which is actually one that I had forgotten to add to the list. So I'm glad I noticed that because it's definitely one we should have on there. Oh, and sleeping through the night. Yes. There's a bed. Oh, no. There's not a bed. Well, then I'll kick you out of bed again, sir. Alrighty. Okay, where are we? Who do we have? So first, I want to make sure I get that repaired. So that if I forget, oh, that's not the one I wanted to repair. I wanted this. Okay, let's get this shovel in here and see if it thinks I have enough. Yay, I have enough. Okay, so that one's repaired up. Okay, let's get myself another toolsmith, sir. Are you the one who had the picks? Yes. Efficiency 1. No. No, 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 no. Where's your buddy? No, not you. This gentleman. Efficiency 2. Yes, please. Please and thank you. Efficiency 3, well, that'll work. We're still ahead of where we were before because we're diamond and we're efficiency something, so it's better than kicking the pants. And I could squirrel and lock away one of these librarians and then turn the other guys into something else. That actually is probably... I've already done a mining stream, so it might be a little bit more a little bit more variety for me to lock somebody in this time round and then do the mining part off camera this week. Because that way, if I don't get it all done and we have to return to a mining stream on Thursday, it won't be too repetitive for myself at least. Bed, there's the bed. I have a thing for color. What I mean by that is I get kind of fussy about what color bed I'm using for different things. So being as the bed theme colors in this one are all orange and white in no particular order, then I really prefer to swap this one out for another orange bed. Then that one's mine. We don't need the banners. I don't know where those came from. Don't think I put them away, actually. It was part of the problem. Okay, I'm looking for workstations. Oh, I need to hydrate. Fox says so. Excellent. It's interesting that some of my redeems aren't coming up today, but they definitely did last week. So let's take a quick look and just make sure that I've got the... Well, it says the store's open, so I don't know why that didn't come through on the hydrate. It could also be that it's just delayed. I know that that's happened a few times. Squirreled. Okay, where are we here? Looking for the workstations. Where did I put the workstations? Powder. Nope, that's not it. It's the wool box. Oh, that's the precious box. Oh, there's more emeralds. Excellent. Okay, I'll put... Actually, I might need those. And that's a stone cutter. I might need that for the mason. What's this? Oh, I wanted that one. This one has silk touch, but that one does not. Okay, so we're good there. Let's get ourselves a blast furnace. Oh, I scrolled again. Right, okay. There's one station. Need my composters back. Don't know if I'll need 3. There's for the other guys. Okay, always need books. Always need paper. Which means I can take those out. Oh, I might want the iron. Okay, let's get the blast furnace part going. So we're going to need, let's do it right on the floor here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of the few things I don't like about this particular texture pack is that, to my eyes, it looks a lot like the stone texture and the andesite texture are far too similar. Oh, and I put too much annoy. Let's throw the wool up here just for now. So we've got the stone. That's the stone texture. Oh, that was the andesite texture. And then there's the stone texture. So when I'm putzing along, I don't necessarily see the difference. There's a different shade to it, and the andesite looks from some angles kind of like it has a bit of a sort of a fish scale type texture to it. But when I'm putzing along just digging stuff up, it's harder for me to tell the difference between the two. Yeah, so That's one that I'm probably going to end up with a whole bunch of andesite builds down the road just because I'll end up with a large ton of the stuff. That's okay. Can't win them all. Okay, what have we got? No, that's a furnace. What did I miss last? Oh. Did I just do what I thought I did? It isn't cobble. That's a regular furnace. Oh well, whatever. Smooth stone and 5 iron. Okay. We do have that. Well, we have the means for it. Just put the stone away. Oops. Don't need 9. Might as well cook a full 8. Actually, let's just make ourselves a bunch for later. Alrighty, okay, so there's something else I wanted. Oh, let's make one more lectern, because I like to have a spare one for some of these. One of the other advantages is in Java, when you hold the lectern in your left hand, then just like in your activity or hotbar. So I keep wanting to call it an activity bar. Just like in your hotbar, you can. Oh, why am I doing that here? Lectern. There we go. Just like in Java, so you can hold it in your left hand, and like your hotbar, it will make the item join the pile in your hand, so which is very convenient because we don't have the ability to do the piston trick where you can push and shove things around. That's not something that's available in Java when it comes to moving workstations. There we go. Terracotta box, where were you? No? Is it this one back here? Sand, yep, terracotta was at the bottom. And this is shovels. I think I must have left the other terracotta box over here. I'm not one for, yeah, I did. I'm not one for shulker monsters, particularly when I've got the space for storage, because then I forget where I've put things. Whereas if I put things back when I'm taking a pause from one particular activity, then it will actually help me remember where I put things the next time I go to use it. Okay. It's one more item down. Have we got any? Yep, we've got smooth stone. That'll work. So, we don't have anything sitting... Oh, we've almost done all the stone we need, but let's get the blast furnace out of the way. Where was I going with that? Oh, right. I'll show you in just a second what that does. Get blast furnace. So I have 2 armors, but it's always helpful for me to have a third, because sometimes they'll end up with a better roll on what the diamond gear is by default. And if not, at least it gives me a good spot to be able to get some more XP simply by rolling... What's the word? Rolling isn't the word. Bird is the word. Or is it grease? Grease is the word that you heard, right? Okay. Dumb shovel can go in here. By the way, just for anyone's curiosity who got stuck with last week's stream about the terracotta digging, I am out of the stone picks, so we don't have to worry about that ever happening again. Even with a beacon, it can be a little bit nauseating to see the same thing over and over again. Okay, do I have a... It's fortune, that's fine. Perfect, okay, so I've got something I can make. Shovel out of, let's go get some more paper. Wow, that stuff gets tall fast. I'm quite glad bamboo grows as fast as it does. It's one of those things that when I have an auto farm that cuts bamboo down, when it only gets to be 2 blocks high, then I don't necessarily think about how either A, how fast it grows, or B, how tall it grows. Because it comes down in such quantity that the first the first growth stage beyond the base just goes, and then it feels like it just sits there for a while. And then suddenly it shoots up more and more and more. Come on, nap time. So, yeah. I actually do like scaffolding for builds. I just have, along with everything else I forget, I have a tendency to forget just where the end is. Oops. So, meaning how many out you can go before you need to put another support pillar in. So, a couple of times I've been actually standing on things, and in Bedrock I was backwards bridging on it, and it was one of those ones that needed a support pillar, and down I went. So, a little bit of a chicken there on my part. Okay. Oops, brief distraction. Telemarketers decided lately that they love to phone me. Oh, I needed that wool for something. 4 blocks of dirt is not going to be enough to block off access to the workstation. That's what I've been using the wool for up to this point, and it seems to be working quite well. Where did I put the wool? I really will have to name these things. I've got a gentleman who does name tags. I don't know if my cartographer does item frames yet, but if he does, I really should get some of those and start naming things. Not naming things, putting the blocks on them for labels. Okay, so let's... Hi, librarian, sir. Would you like a lectern? Let's get you locked in first, because I know for sure I want one of those. So if he wants to be a librarian, he could be a librarian. Yes. Hi, sir. Are you in the way for a reason? Okay, who's here? Good, okay. Oh, almost the right guy. Hey, bud. Okay, let's block this. You are not allowed out. You want to talk? Oh, well, if you're going to do that, sure. I'll take every opportunity I can get. Oh, man. Phooey. So I will worry about rolling him a little bit later. Just getting him locked in is really the key for this point. And I have to figure out whose workstation he has tried to link to. Probably this one. So if I can close this gentleman off and lift up his station. Wherever it went. Over there. Okay, so if I can get this guy moved, please, and thank you, and... If you want to be a librarian so bad, you can go in your little hole and be a librarian. There we are. Okay. Let's get this other one back before we have it disappear on us. Oops. No, 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 no. Of course. Mistakes were made. No. I don't want you to be here. You're not going to talk to this gentleman. Nor are you going to look at his station. You're going to let me put you back with yours. Go this way, please. Not that way. This way. So if you go this way, I will give you your station back. There. Happy now? Infinity. Is that what your sign says? Yes. Okay, good. That takes a lot of wool, but I mean, it seems to be a relatively reliable way for my style of play to get characters put in. And I think I'm going to leave the wool in front of him, though, just because I did not remember to bring a trapdoor to show that I haven't rolled him. But the gentleman next to him hasn't been rolled, that's why I've got a trapdoor there. Because if I go to roll him and then pick up the workstation and it slides in too far, then I can just lift up the station or the door, and it lets me get close to go pick up the workstation. Okay, so we've got 2 farmers. We're okay. Why do we have someone trying to be... No, you cannot be this job. Sorry, not allowed. Go be something else. Yep, so he has not been traded with, so we can actually have him become something else. Alrighty, Roo. What are you? You're Toolsmith Master. Oh, I could still level you up. Excelente. Okay. It's not the point at the moment. Now, I know I'm probably going to have to pick up that other workstation. So that these gentlemen don't decide to become one of them. But first things first, I have to block them in. From basically everything else, actually. Simply because they seem to want to be something that we already have. And I also do not want them... Ah! Okay, well, I guess I'll work with this one then. You can talk to this gentleman, but you can't have his workstation. I am sorry. Where are you going to go? Excellent. Nope, maybe not. You like that workstation, do you? Well, what if I say no? You can't have it. Ha ha. Okay. But I've got him in here. Sort of, maybe. Would you like to be an armor? You can have that one. Now let's pin him in a little closer. There we go. So if I pick up his workstation, sir, I would like it. And if you back up, then you can have this workstation. You can be this gentleman. Or the rest of you. Oh, okay. I hate it when that happens. So the workstation will at some point return. I always forget what it is that triggers them to return. But they usually do. However, I want to keep him trapped until I figure that out, so that I don't have to worry about putting him back in again. Oh, whoops. Nope. Don't want that one becoming a Fletcher. And this one needs his brewing stand back. Probably take that block away for now. Okay, so if we're lucky, we have 2 left. And there, blast furnace has returned. And one of the other reasons I just realized I need to leave that block there is I have not put a bed over his head. So if I don't put a bed over his head, then... Or do I have a bed there? No, I don't on this one. So if I don't put a bed over his head, he will just hop out. Let's put this one up here and just get your bed in place. There we are. Well, the telemarketers love to call me. They tend to have a lot of time to do so. I see toll-free service probably twice, maybe 3 times a day. But one of the tricks that used to work, it doesn't seem to anymore, but what used to work is on a lot of the touch-tone phones in Western North America, at least, the number 9, so if you press and held that button, then it would actually be the same tone as a fax machine. So as soon as you figured out that it's either a robodial or a telemarketer, you just press and hold 9, and the telemarketers at the other end would think that that this number belongs to a fax machine, and so they'd put that in their system and not call you back, which worked really, really well for years. But of course, with more of the very digital phones, so we're talking like your mobile phones or some of the cordless phones in your house, it doesn't allow you to press and hold a number like that anymore. If you want a repeated number intentionally, you have to put it in multiple times, so that generally there are no tones that are easily replicatable to make people think you're other than you are, I guess. Which is frustrating because having a number on the phone that is... Oops, wrong one. That makes the telemarketers think you're something else is quite helpful, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so I'm attempting here... Oops, I don't need this one. I'm attempting here to try and encourage the... one of the toolsmiths. So you a toolsmith? No, you're a cartographer. One of the toolsmiths to come back. So that could be challenging because I had this faux cartographer in the way. And I thought blocking off the workstation was going to do the trick, but it looks like it's not. So I'm just going to have to take this out. Wrong one. Oh no, not again. Sir, I really want your station, because I really don't want it to go goodbye. Let's go like... Oh, no, that isn't going to work either. Don't want to lose you like I lost the other one. I have to put you back, so it's a pain. There we go. Goodbye. Yeah, so I would love to be able to have the telemarketers go away. And the closest thing that you ever get to the repeating sound is the sound that sort of, when you've got nobody on the line, it just kind of goes beep, 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 repeatedly. Okay, so my faux cartographer seems to have wandered off, which means he's probably trying to become something else. Hey, Mr. Librarian. Yep, he's trying to become a librarian now. Nope, cannot do, sir. Are you... You're a toolsmith, okay. So if I put down toolsmith table, I think that fake librarian is trying to become something else. He may pop up and become a toolsmith, so I just have to make sure. Are you the right guy? No, you are not. You are the fake one. I do not want you. You can go away. Let's see. I don't have a stonecutter. Okay. I don't have a mason yet. So, why don't I take that fake gentleman and turn him into a mason and just be done with it? That might be helpful. Placement of the mason is not ideal, but if that's what it takes to make this guy not get in the way all the time, I'll take it. Are you a mason this time now, sir? No, you can't have this. Sorry, no. Oops. No, you can't see that one either. There, now try to be something else. Well, in any case, I know the toolsmiths won't become masons. So that will probably be enough. Oops, and I don't need this one up top. Okay, that gives me 9 blocks to work with. You coming? Sir, are you going to go around the end? Excellent. Now you're stuck. That's exactly what I want. You can go just a little further. Oh, okay. So can you back up, please, sir? Back up. I'm finding myself manually backing up while I'm talking to him. That's not helpful. Back up just a bit. Okay, so that's 2 down. Oops, wrong one. Okay, you do have to stay blocked in, because I want to block the other gentleman. Yeah, you're the other toolsmith. Okay. So let's chop out all these extra ones on this side so I can pen you in. There we are. You wish. Come find your own station. No. I do not want the fake one. The fake one has his own job. All right. Toolsmith, sir, please. So by finding myself that I'm moving around... yeah, well, yeah, no, I was just seeing Shinigami's had a comment about the telemarketers, and he's fully right. So he basically said, it doesn't matter if there's like a do not call registry or not, the telemarketers will blast your phone all day, and he's totally correct. I mean, that's definitely the case. It's definitely the case. But his comment got blocked just because he used a term that I'm not fully comfortable with, and I'm trying to train myself out of using. So, yeah. Sir, if you will... I know you want to get out, but I can't let you out. Yeah, so that's why that other people have not seen his comment. Okay, but yeah, so they'll phone you all day long. They've got nothing better to do. It's that if you can trick them into thinking that your number isn't an actual viable human number to talk to people, then they're more likely to have their own internal within the company registry, and then that tells them not to bother phoning you. Ah, oops. That just defeated the purpose of what I did. Okay. And yet he still seems to think he's got a spot, so I have no clue what's going on there. It's okay. If I need an extra one, I'll get an extra one. So I don't mind leaving the farmers free because I've got this whole other row to do other things with. Probably going to end up with masons and such. And so I need a couple of breeders, but at least by minimizing the number of villagers floating around freely, if I really want them to stop talking to everybody, I'll just put a block in for all of them and block off everybody so nobody can start talking to each other. Right? And that should reduce the number of golems we get outside. It also means that they're more likely to talk to each other and actually breed with each other. Please do let me know in chat if my volume is going up and down. I'm finding as I'm physically reacting to what's going on in the game today and wanting villagers to move in particular ways, it's getting me to actually talk more squarely into the phone than I really want to. The microphone. And so I'm probably getting louder and hissing and popping and all those kinds of wonderful things. Why can I not find... I might have to build that new station. Oh well. Mister, you're not a librarian. I'm sorry. You're not allowed. Who is it that you were repeatedly... I have a suspicion that my farm is just large enough. Not my farm, sorry, my trading hall is just large enough that that the villager is able to pick up on a station simply because the librarians haven't reconnected to their workstation. Are you real or are you fake? What are you? You're real. Where did you come from? I thought I only had 3 of those. Did I take a fake one? I might have fallen for a fake one. Toolsmith? I did. I fell for a fake one. You are not a toolsmith. 'Cause I said so. Okay, let's put this down and then block, 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 block. So if I'm lucky, I've got a novice mason running around. Well, we'll leave him running around for the time being. I'll get him locked in before next stream. It is nighttime. So someone is very kindly sleeping through this night. I'm willing to bet. Brian, Stoner Miner, thank you very much for doing so. So I'm just going to step myself outside and we'll say our goodbyes for the day in front of our pants. Our trousers, because, yeah, they're not underpants for those of you who use the UK English. So this is where we've left off so far. We'll get those villagers locked in and some more yellow terracotta picked up so that by next stream on Thursday, 2 days hence, that we'll be able to make a stab at getting the next layer built up. Hopefully we'll be able to get onto the shirt and see if we can get this thing closer to complete by the weekend. So if you haven't already, do remember to take a quick look and see if you can vote for tomorrow's game so that we have an idea what to play. At the moment, it looks like Obduction is leading, and we'll be doing a restart on it from scratch now that the audio and video has been smoothed out a fair bit. So if there's any alternate preferences, then please do let us know. You can reach me easily by... you can easily reach me, and if you haven't already, give me a follow. But you can reach me via Discord if you're on Dadcraft73's Discord, or you can reach me by Twitter, YouTube, and those both have the underscore in Delen_Russell. But if you prefer to send me a direct email, you can do so as well. Just remove the underscore and smush it all into one word, and you can get hold of me at delenrussell@gmail.com. So until next week, we're going to say goodbye for now.
Mischief managed.
Laters!